ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकाय चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमो। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for all of your presence. So next Sunday we are going to celebrate no
Ram Navami.
Ram Navami. Very good. So next Sunday we are going to celebrate Ram Navami. So today I was thinking let us discuss something on Ram Navami, the glorification of Lord Ramachandra. So I have selected one very nice lecture which you can hear from Srila Prabhupada. Along with that, today we will discuss on that. Okay. So here, Srila Prabhupada is starting from this verse. Ramadimurti Shukalaniyomena Tishtan Nana Avataram Akarad Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Shayam Shambhavat Paramapumanya Govindamadipurusham Tamahang Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the form of Rama, Nishinga, Vamana, etc. as his subjective portions. So, this is the verse from Brahma Samhita in which the incarnation of Lord Ramachandra is described. Ramadi. Not only Rama, but there are many other innumerable incarnations. They are compared with waves of a river. As the web of a river, as the web as the waves of river or the waves of ocean cannot be counted, similarly, how many incarnations are there of the Supreme Lord, it is not possible to count. But out of them, the principal names are mentioned in the Shastras. Therefore, it is said Ramadi. Ramadi means Rama and also other, many incarnations. And they are existing. Not that one incarnation appeared and it is finished. So here, we need to understand that Lord Sri Krishna is the primeval Lord, Govinda, and Lord Ramachandra, Bhamanadev, Lord Narasingha, all they are his subjective portion. His subjective portion means Govinda's, the primeval Lord's, his subjective portion. Okay, that means all those other incarnations have have come from has come from an expansion of Govind. They are all Lord Vishnu. They are all Vishnu. They are all having same potential. But their complete potencies are not revealed in particular form. Whereas in Govinda, the primeval Lord, the He is a Purna Purushottam Bhagavan. And in his appearance, all the incarnations appeared. And he is the complete manifestation of the Supreme Absolute Truth. But other forms are partial manifestation. It is there. It is there, but it is not manifested. Okay. So that's why they are called subjective portion. Some portion of the complete whole is manifested through this incarnation. And how many incarnations are there? Infinite number of incarnations, innumerable incarnations. And that's why the number of incarnations are compared with waves of river or the waves of the ocean. Uncountable, uncountable incarnations are there. Out of that, we know some principal incarnations. In the Shastras, some principal names are mentioned. Therefore, it is said Ram Adi. Ram Adi means Ram and also other many incarnations. And they are existing, not that the incarnation appeared and is finished. No, not like that. Just like Lord Ramachandra appeared on this planet, say millions of years before. He appeared in the Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga means we have passed only 5,000 years of this age, Kali Yuga. Before that, there was Dapur Yuga. Dapur Yuga means 8 lakh, 800,000 of this year. And therefore, that there are Treta Yuga which continued for 12,000 years. 12,000 years. That means at least 2 million years before Lord Ramachandra appeared on this planet. 2 million years before. But till now, we are discussing about Lord Ramachandra. This is the potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. From this only we can understand that Lord Ramachandra is not an ordinary person. Because about whom we are discussing, the human beings are discussing, after 2 million years, 2 million, we cannot think of it, inconceivable amount of time. So now Lord Ramachandra appeared in where? Ajodhya. There is a place in Ajodhya in northern India. There he appeared. As Krishna appeared in Mathura, that is also northern India. And Mathura is about 90 miles down south from New Delhi. And you have heard the name New Delhi, the capital of India. So Ajodhya is also situated about 500 miles northeast of New Delhi. So Lord Ramachandra appeared on this day. Today is called Ram Navami. So this is the called Navami. This is coming Navami. We know that is Tithis according to Vedic calendar. So Lord appeared on Ram Navami day. Like Krishna appears Janmashtami. Similarly, Lord Ramachandra appeared on Navami. On the ninth day of the moon, Lord Ramachandra appeared. His father was a king of Ajodhya and he had 3 wives. So out of, no, he had 2 wives. So out of 2 wives, he got 4 sons. Ramachandra is the eldest one. The life and activities of the Lord, there is some break. So there is Ramayana is about the life history of the Lord Ramachandra. Ramayana. This is a very famous Vedic literature. Uh, and this Vedic literature is also accepted as a history. Just like the Puranas, the Srimad Bhagavatam, Mahabharata, and Ramayana, they are also counted among the history. The history of Ramachandra is that you know all most of you have heard of it. That key, the father wanted to retire. Dasharatha Maharaj wanted to retire, and he decided to enthrone Lord Ramachandra and retire because he is the eldest son. So everything was settled, but just one day before, his youngest wife turned whole thing into different way. Sometime Maharaj Dasharatha was suffering from what is called white glow, some trouble in the finger. Okay. And his queen served him very nicely and he was pleased. And he said, my dear Sharmishta, actually his name, there are different versions. Name is Koikei actually. If you want some benediction from me, I can give you. And she replied that I shall ask you for the benediction when I require it, not now. So just one day before Lord Ramachandra's coronation, she approached her husband, Maharaj Dasharatha, and reminded him, my dear husband, you promised to give me some benediction, and I told you that I shall ask you when I require it. He said, yes, I remember. You want some benediction just now? He said, yes. And what is that? She said, Ramchandra cannot be seated on the throne. My son should be Bharat. Oh, he was surprised. It's a big demand. So he said, all right, that will be done, your son. So this, just see, at that time when someone has given some word, so that has to be kept. Huh? It is not that someone has said something, some assurance has been given. This is Trita Yuga. It is not that ki in Kali Yuga people are saying something just 1 minute ago, and after 1 minute they are telling something completely opposite thing. It was not like that in Treta Yuga. So this is the value education from Ramayana. We can understand that some word has been given, so that word has to be followed. So Dasharath Maharaj has given the word that I will give you benediction. Whatever the benediction, whatever the time you want, you will get the benediction. So as she asked his wife, he has given, yes, even though it was against his will. He was surprised. Lord uh, Ramchandra was supposed to be the king of the next king of the Ajita. After Dasharath, everyone was waiting, but here uh, his youngest queen has asked something different, and he has agreed. He could have said that no, I don't want to agree, but no. This is the teaching that when someone is giving, this is a principle. This principle we can learn that if I am telling something I'm telling that yes, I will do it, I will give it, I will do it. So that's why we need to say something. Before saying something, we should be very much cautious. It is not that we whimsically whatever coming in my mind and I can say. Because if I don't follow that thing, it will be uh, it is not good for any gentleman. A gentleman is a person who is always stick to his word. So these teachings we are getting from Maharaj Dasharath, from Ramayana. Because formerly the kings, not only formerly, even up to date, there are many Kshatriya kings in India. They have more than one wife, and they are naturally there is rivalry between wives. So the same thing has happened. The human psychology is that even 2 million years ago, the same mentality was there. This is the material world. The material world means enviousness will be there, matsharja will be there. Hmm. So even hmm, the in the time of Lord Ramchandra's presence, this kind of mentality was there. So this mentality is very. This is the nature of the material world. The mentality cannot be changed. This is a very innate nature of material world that there will be someone who will be envious to me. Whatever we do, whatever even we don't do. Hmm. So we cannot satisfy completely anyone through material because materially a person cannot be satisfied. So there will be some misunderstanding, there will be some conspiracy, there will be some, and this is all those things are coming from enviousness in our heart. Hmm. So my son should be the king, not Ramchandra. Ramchandra happened to be the son of Kaushalya, the elder queen. So Moradhasodhar agreed and called Ramchandra, my dear boy. She asked so that she was very diplomatic. She wanted that Ramchandra go to forest for 14 years. The idea was political that the king may agree to install my son just now. Now, after a few days, this Ramchandra may come with his army and there may be some difficulty to continue the kingdom. So she wanted that Ramchandra should go to forest and she should not, and he should not come back till the end of 14 years from this day. 14 years. So Maharaj Dasharath agreed because he was Kshatriya. Just see the promise. This is the promise. A Kshatriya never goes back from his promise. That's what I was discussing. Never refuse any challenge. If a Kshatriya is challenged by somebody that I want to fight with you, oh, he cannot refuse. This is Kshatriya spirit. He cannot say that I am now busy. So the one thing is promise and another thing is challenge. This is the principle. Suppose now we are hearing from our political leaders, politicians. This thing will be done, this thing will be done before the election. So many promises are done. But after the election, everything is forgotten. Because this is Kali Yuga, nobody is care to follow to keep the promise. Okay. But in those days, things were different. People were different. And that is the real nature of the Kshatriya. If the Kshatriya has given some promise, he will keep it. Whatever happened, even by giving his life, he will keep it. So, this is what is told about Lord Ramachandra's pastime. From that, we can learn it. So many teachings we can learn. So, whatever we are promising to anyone, we should promise with proper deliberation. Okay. So here Maharaj Dasarath has given a promise, and for that he was in trouble. But whatever it may be, he has to face. But actually, this is all under the divine plan of Lord Ramachandra only. Lord Ramachandra wanted to go to forest because Lord Ramachandra has appeared for killing the um, Asuras. Okay. Dharma संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि जुगे जुगे परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि जुगे. We have discussed these words earlier class. So he has not come just to rule as a king, but he has come to establish the real religion. And he has to come to kill the miscreants and to protect the devotees. Okay. So this is all under the divine plan of Lord Ramchandra only. That he himself don't want to sit on the throne of the Ajitya. Even though he is the king, he is the eternal king because he is the Sarvaloka Maheshwara, Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not only the eternal king of Ajitya, he is the eternal king of the entire creation. What to speak of Ajitya? Yes, Ajitya is his pastime, is the place of his pastime, particularly in the form of Lord Ramachandra. He appeared there, he ruled there. Hmm. So that's why we need to understand that yes, here Koike was playing the role uh, that he was, uh, and she was doing some conspiracy. She was asking some benediction, which is against. Apparently, it seems that she wants to banish by her will only. Lord Ramchandra got banished into the forest for 14 years, but it is not like that. Lord Ramachandra himself wanted to go to forest. Okay. He don't want to enjoy because he's a he's a Vaikuntanath. Okay. What is the opulence of Vaikuntha? And what is the so he is eternally enjoying the royal opulence in his eternal abodes. But here he has come to visit forest to meet the his saintly devotees and to kill the miscreants. So that's why this is under his plan. So suppose somebody come to you that I want to fight with you, and you may say, "What nonsense fight? I have no time. We are in the temple." But a Kshatriya cannot deny that. A Kshatriya at once accepts that. Oh yes, come on, and the weapon should be fit. If he has no sword or weapon, he should be supplied weapon and fight. This is Kshatriya spirit. They are highly charitable and chivalrous, and keeping promise, and with a great tendency for ruling over. They shall rule over, administer, and rule over administrator. That is the so here some principles of Kshatriyas are being taught. So the Prabhupada is teaching is is giving some important principles. What are the principles? They are highly charitable. They are chivalrous. They are ready to keep their promise, and they have a great tendency to rule over others. So they shall rule over. So that is the administration. So these are the characteristics of Kshatriya. Let's see. Krishna has also given this kind of characteristics in Bhagavad Gita. Let us go to that section also. In 18th chapter, 18.43. Let's see, we learn, at least we learn today something about Kshatriya principle. Okay. शौर्जं तेजोधृतिर्दक्षं युद्धे चापि अपलायनं दानम् ईश्वरभावश्च क्षत्रं कर्म स्वभावजम्. So this is the principles of Kshatriya which Srila Prabhupada is explaining in connection to this pastime of Lord, pastimes of King Dasharat, uh, has to keep the word, keep the promise, hmm, and has to face the consequence. They were so much courageous that they are ready to face things. So heroism, shaurjam, teja, power, determination, resourcefulness, daksham, juddhe in battle, cha and obi, apalayanam, not fleeing, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership, and are the natural qualities of war for the Kshatriyas. So, courage in battle means they will never flee away from battle. They will face the battle. It is not like that today's armchair politicians. They are just giving instructions sitting in their offices. That okay, tomorrow from tomorrow onwards, there will be fighting. Uh, we can see today's scenario. The big politicians, they are sitting in their AC rooms and giving the instruction, the order of fighting. They are hardly in the battlefield. The poor soldiers are fighting. Ah, they hardly have any enmity between them, but they are fighting under the instruction of those armchair politicians. But that is not the real Kshatriyas. In our Vedic culture, the Kshatriyas were in the battlefield. They were the big leaders, the big Kshatriyas, Rathi Maharathis. We have heard in Mahabharata also. Bhishma Pitamaha, Duryodhan, Dushashan, Arjun, Yudhishthir, Pandavas, Kauravas, they were not sitting in their royal palaces and giving the instruction and poor soldiers were fighting. No, they were in the battlefield. Arjuna was in the battlefield. Lord Krishna was in the battlefield. So that is the nature of the Kshatriya. So this we can learn that what Kshatriya today we are, they are actually paid salaried administrator only. They hardly have any Kshatriya nature like this. But the real Kshatriya, this is actually why, because with the progressive nature of Kali Yuga, degradation of Varnashram society, Varnashram culture is happening. In the Varnashram culture, se- there is a class of people who are having this nature and they are acting as a Kshatriya, real Kshatriya. They will be giving the protection. They will give the protection. Okay. See this heroism, determination. Determination means they will be completely determined, and that is coming from this. Sorry, this keeping promise. So we can enlist at least some learning. Today's learning. Qualities of Kshatriya. Okay. So what are the qualities of Kshatriyas? First quality is highly charitable. Highly charitable. Second is chivalrous. Third is keeping promise. And fourth is a great tendency for ruling over. Okay, four qualities from here. So from we need to relate. Say highly charitable. Charitable means here generosity. Okay, this is related to generosity. Okay, this is generosity. Generosity means what? Danam. Just see, Danam will be generosity. Danam. Yes, Danam. So charitable means Danam. So we can like this way. Danam. This is the generosity part. Keeping promise. Keeping promise means dhriti, determination. They are determined to keep their word, keep their promise. Okay. Then ruling over. Tendency to ruling over means heroism, power, everything will come. Hmm. Apart from generosity and determination is also from that. Determination is also that apart from these two things, this determination and generosity is a little different. Other, everything will come in this category, what Srila Prabhupada is telling. So, this is how we need to understand that the qualities of Kshatriya, which Lord Sri Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, Shodjam. This Shodjam actually, Shodjam, Tejo, this is the, and Daksham, this is also thing. They are very Daksham. Hmm. Shodjam, Teja, Dhriti is actually I am keeping in the promise part. Daksham is also like Juddhe Chapalayam. Ishwara Bhavas. They have this Ishwara Bhava means leadership quality. Here Ishwara does not mean that they want to be the God. Just see, Ishwara means here leadership quality. Leadership means ruling the quality. And more important, the protection. Khatram. Khatra means something there is an injury. Triumph. Khat means injury and triumph means get giving relief to the injury. So or giving protection from the injury. So in this material world, there is always a requirement of protection. That's why the administration is there. Why police force, army force, navy force, all these things are there. In today's world also, every country has that. Why? Because there is a tendency, because this world already we have discussed today, this world is a place of enviousness. Everyone, anyone, any country can attack us. So that's why there is a possibility to get injured. Khatra is there. So that's why to relieve that, there should be a class of people who can give the protection from that injury. That is called Khatriya. So this Khatriya's nature, this is a very important class in Varnashram system. In our society, this administration plays a very important role. So you need to understand that this role, this whole Ramayana is about giving protection of this Kshatriya dharma. These Varnashram principles will be exhibited in entire Ramayana story, in the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. What Lord Ramachandra is going to Paritranaya Sadhuna. Who can give this Paritranaya Sadhuna? A king, a ruler who has the capability. Okay, Paritranaya, Kshatriya. Tran means get relief from. So, in material sense, in material world, we are always in trouble. We are always facing some problem or other, some type of disturbance is there. And only Lord God can give us the protection. So here Lord Ramachandra, his pastime is all about this thing. And here Lord Ramachandra was giving this protection from this story will start slowly. So here Srila Prabhupada is describing about the Brahmanas, about the Kshatriyas, and then he will be he is describing there are different prescription for different classes of men for the livelihood. The Brahmanas, they can pull on their livelihood by 6 ways. Pathon, Pathon, Jajan, Jajan, Dano, Pratikra. So this is the words is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Pathan, Brahmanas are supposed to acquire 6 kinds of auspicious qualification. They become very learned scholars, Pathan, and very qualified teachers, Pathan. They will be personally reading scripture and they will give teaching to others. They become expert in worshipping the Lord or the demigods, Jayan, and they teaches other how to execute the worship. Jajan Jajan. They qualify themselves as bona fide person to receive alms from other. Pratigraha, and they distribute the wealth in charity. Dana. The Brahmana is also taking the dana and giving the dana. Brahmana does not accumulate. They always depend on the charity. And they also do the charity. They does not keep any stocking. Stocking mentality is a Shudra mentality. It is not a Brahmanical quality. Okay. So these are the 6 qualities which is specified for the Brahmanas. So we can, this also we can, we have learned today that Brahminical quality means Pathan, Pathan, Jajan, Jajan, Dana, Patigraha. These are the professional qualification. And there are some inner qualification, that is qualitative qualification. This is the what Brahmanas will do from the point of view of their activities. But what is their nature? Shamo damo tapo shaucham khanti rajyavam evacha jnanam vijnanam astikam brahma karma savavajam. Peacefulness. Shamo means peacefulness. Damo means self-control. Tapo means austerity. Shaucham means purity. Khanti means tolerance. Arjavam means honesty. Eva means certainty. Cha and Jnanam, the knowledge. Vijnanam, wisdom. Astikam, religiousness. Brahma or Brahmana, karma, duty, Swabhava, born of their nature. So this peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work. So these are the qualities. And what are the activities? Pathan, Pathan, Jajan, Jajan, Dana, Pratikya. So if a Brahmana develop these qualities, then only he can act like that. If the qualities, inner qualities are not, if the natural qualities are not like that, then they are not natural Brahman, or they have not elevated themselves if they are not developing them. Okay. So for this required training, that's why Srila Prabhupada has also told the Varnashram college should be established. Just like in today's scenario, we see that for someone to become an engineer and doctor, there are colleges. Similarly, Prabhupada wanted. Actually, our this Krishna consciousness society is like a college for higher education, for developing this kind of qualities for Brahmanas. Particularly, we presently are working to develop Brahmanas. Okay, not Kshatriyas. We can act as a consultant to the Kshatriyas. Advisory board. In earlier days also, the kings were advised by Kshatriyas, by Brahmanas, qualified Brahmanas were there to advise the kings. King used to take their advices, their counsels. So they were and that's why they can rule the country, rule their subject in a very righteous way, in a very principle, with proper way, and that's why the people were very happy. That's why the Vedic culture was prevalent. But nowadays everything is topsy turvy. Nobody has any knowledge what to do, how, why to do. Nobody has any knowledge. Everyone is moving of their own whimsical thought process. But earlier it was not like that. So in this context, Srila Prabhupada was explaining, this is that is the reason why Srila Prabhupada is elaborately describing about Varnashram Dharma. Because Lord Ramachandra has come to establish Lord Varnashram Dharma. So they must be qualified with 12 high qualities. We have many times discussed. Out of that qualification, truthfulness is the first item for Brahman. A Kshatriya may speak lies, that is allowed, because he has to be diplomat, politician. But a Brahmana, oh, he is not allowed to speak lies. This is the system, caste system or Varnashram system. So here, Arjavam means honesty. So from here it is coming that a Kshatriya cannot speak lie, cannot be diplomatic. As it is, he should be very simple-minded. Okay. Kshatriya cannot be diplomatic. If anyone is becoming diplomatic man, means he is of Kshatriya nature. So this inner qualification is also very important to act as a externally and according to Varnashram principle. So everyone was trained because these four classes of men are required in a society. For proper upkeep of society, one class of men must be very intelligent, that is Brahmana, very qualified and all with all good qualities. They must be trained in that way, ideal character, so that people can see and follow them. Therefore, Brahmanas were taken to so much respect because they are ideal character, learned and godly. Because godly knows the science of spiritual science and they know the spiritual science. Therefore, they are held in high estimation and topmost of the society. So that is what I was telling. Consultant should be there. Very qualified consultant or advisory board should be there to guide the Kshatriya king, to guide the administrators. A real Kshatriya will always take advice from the Brahmins. But a pseudo Kshatriya who just his only agenda is to accumulate more money and power, he will don't care to take honest feedback or honest advice from the Brahmins. Otherwise, we could have re-established the Varnashram system throughout the world and can bring peace and prosperity for all the people of this world. But the politicians are not ready to do that. But we are propagating with our limited strength. Krishna consciousness is propagating their mission throughout the world so that people can be trained in proper Varnashram principles and they can take up Krishna consciousness very easily. So this Varnashram system, what here Srila Prabhupada was describing, it is not actually the Krishna consciousness in one sense, but it is the foundation for Krishna consciousness, from where we can uh, perform Krishna consciousness or engage in Krishna consciousness very easily, very nicely. Otherwise, in without this Varnashram system, it is very difficult. We have to swim against the current, and we have to struggle a lot, and that is a high risk. So you have to be very much cautious, very much focused, always seeking for a association of the devotees, and always engage in any kind of service, because little bit disengagement or little bit spare time we have, leisure time we have, there will be disturbance. There are social medias are there, some posts are there, some call may come, something we will see, and our mind will be completely disturbed. So in Varnashram system, if we can assume that is the best. If not, at least we should be always in association of the devotees and always be engaged in some devotional service. Whatever activity we are doing, we should see the connection with that activity with Krishna consciousness. Then we will be in safe hands. So Lord Ramchandra has appeared to establish this. This Ravana is what we will describe in next Sunday. I don't know next Sunday whether I will be able to give the class or not. But because there will be festival in the temple, I don't know yet the schedule. If I get chance, I will obviously give class. Otherwise, we will continue the next week. Okay. So thank you very much. Lord Sri Ramachandra ki jai. So today we have learned that if we promise, giving promise, this is the Kshatriya nature, but everyone can learn this thing. So we should keep, and Brahmanas always keep Kshatriya, always has to keep the promise because they are truthful. So any word they are speaking, they has to keep. If I say I will do it, I will do it. So these are the truthfulness, honesty, integrity. These qualities should be developed. And here Dasharatha Maharaj is symbolizing, he is representing that. And that's why he is Lord Ramachandra's father, isn't it? An ordinary person cannot become Lord's father. He has these divine qualities. In spite of, and he is accepting the divine plan actually. It apparently see that he is acting like a handpicked husband of his wife. But no, he is the man of promise. He has given the word, he is observing that word. Okay. So anyone has any question, we can take. Otherwise, we will then comment the piece. No question? Okay. So today I will summarize. Today we have learned, we have started this lecture where we have seen that how Lord Ramchandra was banished. So we learned first thing that in this material world, even 2 million years ago in Treta Yuga, there is a mentality of enviousness. Okay. The sibling rivalry was there. Uh, So people selfishness was there. It is not that it is the feature of in today's college. It was there, but it was not so rampant like this. So this is the nature of natural world. But another thing, secondly, what we see, or what we have seen, the a Kshatriya, a perfect gentleman will keep the promise of his word. Hmm. We have studied the qualities of Kshatriya, studied the qualities of Brahmana from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, 42 18 chapter 18, verse number 42 and 43. 42 talks about the qualification of the Brahmanas, and 43 talks about the qualification of the Kshatriyas. So these two qualities we have learned, and we have learned the external qualities of Brahmana, that is Patan, Patan, Jajan, Jajan, Danu, Pratikraha. So he, as a Brahmanical person, he should give the advice. He should be and the Kshatriya, perfect Kshatriya should take advice from Brahman and rule the country according to the advice of the Brahman. Then the Varnashram system will be prevailing, and from being in the Varnashram system, very easily we can perform Krishna consciousness activity. But if Varnashram system is not there, what is our goal? We should try to be always in the association of the devotees, read Srila Prabhupada books, and apply in our life as far as practically possible. And then I'll also do it in separate hand. So thank you so much. Lord Sri Ramchandra ki jai, Sri Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakt Vrindo ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Okay. So we'll end our class. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.